Hey, it's a first time ever harvest, well, at least for us.
Yes. Let's move.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. Yes, we are harvesting. We're gonna have our first freeze tonight, so we have got to get our sweet potatoes out of the ground. Yes, this whole field of green behind us, tall stuff you better recognize as comfrey, and you should have ordered some by now. The rest of it, all sweet potatoes. There's a bunch over there, a bunch over here. First thing we got to do is get those greens off, and those won't go to waste either. We can eat them.
Yeah, we can eat them. Animals can eat them. Now, you can buy yourself, just FYI, if there's a freeze coming and you don't have time to dig up all your sweet taters, you can buy yourself some time by cutting off the greens. It's not going to give you much time, but it'll give you a couple of days at least.
Yeah, because if that freeze gets down in there, it's going to ruin those potatoes. So now we're supposed to warm back up. We're going to have like 2 days of cold, and you can tell we're wearing jackets.
It's high today of 58, so
it's been chilly,
cool
and the breeze is blowing.
Oh,
so
it's beautiful though, isn't it?
It is beautiful, because yesterday we were out here sweating.
That time of year.
Yep. But anyway, so we want to get on this, and there are special steps to taking care of your sweet potatoes, but we'll get to that as we go. We're going to
well, we'll show you how we're planning on curing them, since it is going to be so cold.
Yep. And sweet potatoes do come from the tropical areas.
South America.
South America, so yeah, it's a little cold for them. So we'll get to that. Anyway, so let's get cutting.
Where do you want to start? Right here?
And let me mention too, it's all in bloom, and the bees, even though it's chilly out, the bees are all over the stuff. So yeah, let me show you this too real quick. When they're growing, look at those roots. Everywhere this vine touches the ground, it starts rooting. In fact, you can see that's part of a sweet potato still attached to it.
Is it?
Right there.
Ah, interesting.
In fact, if we had a way we could keep these, we could probably just put these right in some soil and plant these again next season.
Oh wow, look, it is rooting. It is all rooting.
Yep, that's raw sweet potato. Anyway, but this stuff's not going to waste. I do want to try, they say you can saute this almost like you would a spinach. I'd like to try it just to try it and see if we even like it, but we know the animals will enjoy this. Hey, look at that.
Hey!
We got a sweet potato. Imagine that, rocks.
Where's the plastic tub?
Good Lord.
Woohoo!
Look at them sweet taters.
Okay, that's awesome. Oh, and we did get rain last night. Woohoo!
Yes. According to Larry's rain gauge, nearly a half an inch. I knew it was raining a while last night, but... All right, friends. Well, it's a couple days later. We just got busy with things, and we were missing a key component to this next step, and that is a heat mat thermostat. Well, imagine that. Well, we have it, and I'll show you what this is for. But first, sweet potatoes, as you might have heard us mention earlier, these are from South America. They are a tropical plant. Well, this is clearly not the tropics. So to cure these things, we've got to get them warmed up because they come out of the ground starchy. They're not sweet, so we want sweet potatoes. So we've got them in a container, and you can pick these up at your local Wally World for, I don't know, $7 or $8. But we're going to get these in here, and you don't want to forget, you've got to have some water in the middle. If it were smaller, we'd probably just use a quart jar, but we're going to do all these in one because the thermostat will only allow us to plug in one mat. And as you can see below here, we've got the mat underneath, and you see it sitting on towels. If you've got hard floors, and right now this is plywood, but the heat will absorb out into the floor, and you're not going to get the right temperatures on your potatoes. If you've got carpet, you're probably okay, but we're not doing carpet in this house. So anyway, so we've got our towels, we've got our heat mat, we've got our container. Got all our sweet potatoes loaded in here. We did find that one that was kind of rotted, so nothing. You don't want to put anything in here that's rotted. And then we are going to take the thermostat sender piece and just put it on the inside of the container here. And I know you're thinking, well, now your lid's not going to fit tight. You don't want it to. So we've got that plugged in, and now we're going to plug the heat mat. If I can get it here. Hello, spiderweb. Get that plugged into the bottom of the thermostat. And you want to set this thing at 86 degrees. And
Hold down set.
I am holding down set.
No, hold it down for a second. Now.
Aye, there we go. It starts flashing. Okay. I know. I'm a newbie user. 86 degrees. Yep. All right. So now we're almost there. I'm going to put the lid on this, but we're not putting it tight. We want it cockeyed. We want it has that water, you know, it's not going to evaporate, but it's going to get some evaporation in there. We don't want condensation inside this. It needs to breathe. But these are going to sit in here for 5 to 7 days. And then once they've got that warm curing part of the process, they're going out to my shop for 4 to 6 weeks, and they're going to sit there 50 to 55 degrees. That's the cold part of the curing process, which, you know, there's the sweet stuff. And then we can just store them, and they will store for quite some time.
Now, one point is the water's in there because they are in the tropics. It needs humid and heat. Yeah. That's why we have the water. Yes.
So if you couldn't hear that, the water's in there because, you know, South America, it's steamy down there. I've been down in that region. It's steamy. You need that moisture too, as well as the warm. So we'll keep an eye on that. If it does start evaporating off, we'll just add a little bit as we go. But again, this is only 5 to 7 days, and then we can go stick them in the cold. But
7 to 10 technically. 7 to 10 sometimes.
7 to 10, yeah. These look like they're eager to get in the cold, so 5 to 7, but 7 to 10. Anyway, all right. Well, wish us luck on this. We're going to get these warming up. Let me check. I know the mat usually starts warming up pretty quick. Maybe not that quick, but you can see I'm just going to leave it cockeyed there. We'll keep an eye on it. Make sure the dogs don't get in here because we are in the house, obviously.
Well, and the reason you want the thermostat is so it controls the temperature inside.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Denise. You do need the thermostat because if you do have just a regular heat mat, it will just continue to get hot. And, you know, last thing you want to do is cook your potatoes because now they're cooked. They're not sweet, they're starchy, and you've wasted a whole lot of effort if you do that. So you definitely need the thermostat. And then
not too bad for our first.
Hey, yeah, you know, for our first time growing sweet potatoes, and we had kind of a disagreement about what gets left in the ground because some of the runners were really thick, and I'm like, well, those will grow again. And Denise thought, it gets too cold. I talked to Billy over at Permapastures Farm, and he said they do get volunteers that come back year after year out in their food forest. Not a lot, but they don't usually leave a lot, but they will come back as long as they don't get frosted too bad. So, all right, now before you go, next weekend, it's coming up quick, the Mountain Readiness Festival. We are going to have a table out there, and that is in Harmony, North Carolina. We're going to put a link in the description of this video, so if you're free next weekend, we're going to be there Friday and Saturday. It actually runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 20, 21st, 22nd. We'll be there Friday and Saturday, and from what I understand, Billy at Permapastures Farm is going to be teaching a class out there as well, so you can come out and see all of us. But hey, if you can make it, we'd love to see you. We will have our hory knives and other goods. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. It's coming up quick, so hopefully you can squeeze that into your calendar somewhere along the way. But anyway, you know, when these get done curing, we'll bring a couple in. We'll do some sweet potato cooking and see how we did for real, the real test, right? So anyway, hey, I know this is it's been a conglomerate of videos because none of this can happen all in one long day. I mean, maybe it could, but you know, when you're running a farm, things just, you know, animals wind up taking priorities and shifting and rain and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, hope you learned something. And again, you know, thanks for hanging in there and give us a thumbs up. And you know, God bless. We'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.